Here is the most fascinating facts we can find about Snapchat. Okay, beginning with a little bit of history on Snapchat. Before it was ever called Snapchat, it was Evan Spiegel's final project at Stanford. He called it Peekaboo, and it was directly targeted at college sorority girls. Check out this extremely awkward press release from Peekaboo when he announces its release. Send Peekaboos like you experience the world around you. Show off that fabulous new pair of Jimmy Choos, or catch your best gay cuddling up with that straight guy at the party. Yikes. What's the significance of Snapchat? It's not just another app. God, no, Snapchat is revolutionary. It was the first app to make the internet not permanent. Of course, it is still permanent, but they popularized the idea of disappearing photos. Snapchat's temporary idea on the internet gifted something to the zeitgeist of the social network. In fact, a study at Cornell University proved this. Interviewing college students, they found that Snapchat's design in auto-deletion allows for more intensely personal and also mundane conversations.
So many activities!
While Facebook friends tend to be casual acquaintances, friends on Snapchat tend to be more intimate and self-disclosing because of its auto-deletion. While this may be obvious, it's quite significant. This is why people are comparing Spiegel to Steve Jobs and Picasso. But enough theory. What about Snapchat's business wins? Since 2011, Snapchat has become a dominating player in the game, most evidently by its acquisitions, its new features from those acquisitions, and of course, their products. Of course, spectacles are awesome. The release was nuts when they were released in pop-up vending machines around the country, and the 115-degree circular view you get on these bad boys is going to pave the way for augmented reality. Their acquisition of Luxury in 2015 for $150 million allowed Snapchat's most famous feature to be able to animate your face in real time. They acquired Bitstrips for $100 million last year, but this hasn't been without difficulty. After Snapchat declined $3 billion from Zuckerberg,
how big does this pile have to be?
Seems like the Zuck did everything in his power to take Snapchat down. When Zuckerberg's Instagram released Insta Stories, it put a huge dent into Snapchat's user base. Essentially a direct copy of Snap Stories. Just like that, from August to November 2016, the average number of viewers on Snap Stories decreased 40%. And then Snap released this statement where they said, everyone seems to have forgotten that Insta Stories is a Snap clone. That's just sad. In fact, Snapchat is the social network of choice for millennials. 41% of 18 to 34-year-olds use Snapchat on any given day. This is 1/4 of the American population and represents $200 billion in buying power. And 43.5% of millennials use social media to spread the news about their favorite brands and products. So Snapchat will and continue to be a crucial tool for driving business, not to mention the ad revenue they're going to receive from that. In 2016, Snapchat had $400 million in revenue, but they had a net loss of $514 million. And their prospectus for their IPO claims Snapchat may never be profitable.
It's not about money, it's about sending a message.
Business is weird. And lastly, a huge crutch in Snap's system is their reliance on Google Cloud infrastructure, where they have had to commit $2 billion to it over the next 5 years. But the game's not over yet. Despite the hits to Snap, brands and marketers stress the importance of Snapchat, whether it's paying for ads on Discovery, whether it's influencer marketing, whether it's brands accounts, or it's automated influencer marketing in a CPV model like we do here at indaHash. The only ones to do it on Snapchat. Revolutionary. All things considered, Snap is approaching its long-awaited IPO, currently set at $25 billion, one of the biggest tech IPOs since Facebook. Whether it's worth such a large price tag, it's hard to say. You know, Spiegel isn't offering any management of his company to the shareholders. So, you know, I don't know, a business, Snapchat, indaHash news, I'm a Joe. For more updates on indaHash and videos like this, subscribe to our newsletter, check out our MySpace, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Check us out. We'll be coming to you again.